All right. Can somebody take away the pens of the people that write the stories? Mortal Kombat! Do that! Right, because it's getting me on. Getting me on a joke. This is over on Realmcast's Twitter page. This is the biography now for Takeda. Kombat Kid has now been taken away from being a son to being a cousin because just like the woke tars out there, they don't want to have no good family father role model in Kenshi, right? Kenshi is now his cousin to Takeda, right? It says here similar to his cousin Kenshi, so immediately destroyed. This is why, right? Like I've always stated, one of the best things I've always loved about Mortal Kombat is the story. If you go all the way back to the original fighting games when they first came out, Mortal Kombat was one of the few fighting games that really did set up an established lore, even in just like the attract mode, even in the character biographies and the endings. It was very unique, I believe, for its time. And so when you have consistent storytelling, right, and then you get these garbage writers just come in on a whim and just change stuff because it's a new era. Shut up! It's not a new era. It's a new gay era because you're changing things because you want to change them without any consistency for the rest, right? It's not like Takeda ended up with a completely different moveset, with a completely different set of colors or anything like that. No, he still ends up with like the similar moves from MK10, which is a different timeline Takeda. He still ends up with a similar suit, you know, the black and the yellow, just like in MK10, right? And remember, don't forget, Ed Boon said that this is a brand new, like, just forgetting all the other timelines bullshit. He lied. Story to me really matters when it comes to MK because it was one of the things that I fell in love with. Now, I don't care too much for the Combat Kids, much to the chagrin of people in my previous video, but at the end of the day, like, I don't have to. Not every MK character I love, you know, I think is great, right? But doesn't mean it's like, I've been advocating for an Armageddon 2.0. I'd want to have them all in there. I want to have every MK character in there. We're due for it. Just give us a massive, all of the roster. Let's go nuts, right? Anyway, so it says Takeda Takahashi was raised a Yakuza. Unlike him, Takeda enjoyed this lifestyle. That's why he was chosen to end Kenshi's crusade against his masters. So, Takeda, who's now not Kenshi's son, but cousin, was, you know, recruited to kill his now not father. So this answers the question that obviously this Takeda is definitely the MK1 universe, as you can tell by the shitty storytelling, right? I'm willing, now, the fight mortally wounded Takeda, unwilling to let his cousin die. Kenshi rushed him to the nearest help, the Shirai Ryu, or hospital. Nearly dying. I know, I'll take him to a ninja clan. Anyway, even after Takeda was healed, Kenshi wouldn't release him. He feared that the Yakuza might kill him for failing his mission. Takeda resisted, attempting to escape repeatedly. But as the months passed, he began to appreciate the Shirai Ryu's selfless commitment to Earthrealm, a contrast to his past lifestyle. Takeda swore to rip up Earthrealm's underworld by the roots, but he soon learns that they are stronger and more tangled than he ever thought possible. Does this mean, like... Is this, like, hang on, so, refresh my memory in the comments, boys and girls. This sounds like future story DLC happenings, right? Because we didn't get the Shirai Ryu in MK1. Right? From memory, I'm just trying to go through the story, because they were all part of the Link Way. So, obviously, you know, Sub-Zero fell, if you will. And then Smoke and Scorpion Ping Ding, right? Or Thomas. Remember, Smoke's real name is Thomas, apparently. That's what I read just before, unless I got that wrong. That's all the way back in MK9 thingy, right? And of course now it's Kuai Liang, right? So we don't have technically the Shirai Ryu currently until we get new story DLC, which means that if I've got this correct, this story happens after, right? This happens after the ending of MK1, right? Because we know Kenshi's, you know, obviously not a big fan of the Yakuza anymore, right? Which makes me, and the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm wondering if we're going to actually indulge in this particular storyline in the MK1 story DLC. Are we going to see Takeda actually try and kill Kenshi? And then he gets taken to the Shirai Ryu. We see the Shirai Ryu and go from there. There is also no mention here in this story, biography at all, about seeing Kuai Liang or Smoke there. Not that, not that they have to, but they just don't, right? So I'm curious about where this positions itself. Anyway, Takeda swore to rip up Earthrealm's underworld by the roots, but he soon learns that they are stronger and more tangled than he ever thought possible. Now, if you want, it's so cold here, and I'm still recovering from the cold. Now, if you want a direct comparison, boys and girls, a direct comparison, I'm going to show you the biography of Takeda from Mortal Kombat X, boys and girls. Here we go. Right. Takahashi Takeda is the son of the hero Kenshi and a young Thai American woman named Suchin, whom Kenshi met during his travels. Does that mean that there's no Suchin in this timeline? All those people losing their minds at Total MK. Are they now wrong? Anyway, so basically Kenshi fucked some woman while going around, you know, being a, you know, passporting his way around the world, right? When Suchin passed away, Kenshi was shocked to learn he had an 8-year-old son with her. Well, how did he find out if he's just going around banging random chicks? How did he find out? Right? I don't know, because I don't know if it explains it in his ending. I just don't care. Anyway, he took Takeda to Hanzo Hasashi, the former Scorpion, to be instructed in the martial arts. Takeda has had no contact with his father for many years until the day he was to leave Hanzo's tutelage. Kenshi revealed that he had left Takeda with Hanzo to protect him from his mother's murderers. Despite this revelation and subsequent reconciliation with Kenshi, Takeda has abandonment issues. Yet to overcome, which makes working with his father and Johnny Cage's Special Forces team a challenge at the time. Right? So, completely different storyline. The only thing that you could kind of line up there, right, is the fact that he was being kept hidden from being killed. In MK1's story, he's being kept from escaping in fear that the Yakuza will retaliate because he failed his mission. In Mortal Kombat 10, he's being hidden because they killed Suchin, such as life, right? But my question to that is, because I didn't really care for MK10, I didn't care for Combat Kid, okay? But what really sort of like, what bakes my noodle a little bit is like, why would they kill Suchin, right? Is there an explanation for that? Please let me know in the comments, because again, I don't know the full story, right? And the second thing, right? why would they fear that they would come after the kid? It's like, did Kenshi have some sort of like claim to the Yakuza head, or like a king? The king dies, the prince is next in line to take out. No, man, it's just a shit show, right? So, and there's this other part here which, like, I swear to God, I've seen it somewhere else in an MK bio, and maybe some out there, because I tried finding it and I couldn't find it. Right? It says here that Takeda swore to rip up Earthrealm's underworld by the roots, but he soon learns they are stronger and more tangled than he ever thought possible. So does that mean that, like, was there another character that had a similar story arc where they kind of like realized how bad the bad guys were that they were a part of, and then decided to rectify that? Was there another person outside of, because I think Kenshi's a little bit, right? Wasn't there somebody else in the MK story, like in the characters that had the same premise? I'm sure of it. Oh, this fucking writing, I tell you what, man. Anyway. Let me know what you think. Catch you next time.